Like, it didn't record me until I turned my microphone on my computer, and then but it recorded you.
Right. Cool.
Devon, sorry.
Hey, no, you're fine. I wish I had more to put into this discussion, but I have no idea how to record anything on Zoom.
Yeah, it's an interesting process for sure to get started on all this stuff. So,
hi, I'm Joseph, and I'm the videographer for Articulate Austin's 2020 program. We're here today to talk about how we're adapting to the pandemic and what's next for the participating artists in Austin, Texas.
contemporary dance in general is taking on this like really exciting avenue where, I mean, dance everywhere, but also specifically talking about Austin, contemporary dance is kind of launching from being just a stage art form to being a more immersive art form. Theatrically speaking, it's getting bigger and louder and more engaging, and people can like walk into a dance routine and kind of be in the midst of it. So the engagement of dance in Austin especially is like huge. So with this COVID thing hitting, it's very scary to see or to wonder what will happen to contemporary dance in Austin after all is said and done, because there's just so much stuff starting to change.
We really have two main missions, and one is to support choreographers through critique and providing space, performance stuff, and the other is to engage and support the community by helping to provide an open door to the process of creating dance and dance as a process-based art form.
We had just chosen our choreographers, and then the auditions for the dancers happened on March 1st or March 2nd, I believe, and so we had basically settled on our choreographers, which are Will and Sandie. Our choreographers are hardcore this year. We've chosen two really different people and artists who are creating these really physical dance pieces, but in completely different styles. And then our dancers are Mia and Rachael. So it's one choreographer, one dancer for the season. And our program, when we created it, wanted to give dancers resources so that they could interact more with the audience in terms of honing their artistic creative voice, instead of just creating something for the sake of creating it, where they could write something and then sit in a circle of peers or even people who have never seen contemporary dance and kind of get this dialogue about what they're creating, why they're creating it, and how to make their creation a little bit sharper, a little bit more honed. It's not just about the performance even, it's more about the process of making dance itself.
Well, Articulate is a program that Esther and I started really because we felt that there was a lot of need in the community for a few things. That one of them was, accessible, affordable space to rehearse, space to perform, those kind of really expensive and rare resources that are hard to necessarily come by. There was a need for a platform for critique so that we could grow, so the choreographers could actually get that kind of back and forth critique. We also felt that there was a need to engage the community more in dance, and I think that's something that we're seeing in a lot of parts of the world. So this year we had a lot of new ideas and really worked hard to revamp the program to open that door even wider, really centered around asking artists what they need, like asking artists, like, what do you actually need? And, how can we as an organization support you? Mm-hmm. Our whole mission is to support artists. Our whole mission is to support the community. And so if that's what our mission is, like really helping to actually connect. There's the side of, how the choreographers are adjusting their individual visions and what they're going to create. And then there's just the practical nuts and bolts kind of programmatic, like administrative side of how do we support that and still make it valuable for the choreographers and valuable for the community so that we can actually facilitate that in a meaningful way. It's not just, kind of setting up a webcam in some way. It's actually creating something that works well.
Yeah. We don't want to just create a webcam and just like show you an art piece that we've made in our living room. That's not necessarily what we want to do. We want Articulate to create something that will encourage people to dialogue with the artist about what they're seeing, why the artist is creating that. And I think it could be even more important and more impactful during COVID, honestly, to be able to dialogue with the process that they see. We're going to try our best to create a dance process and then show it to you, the audience, on the screen, rather than a performance. We're going to try our best to make it more of a process. COVID presents an interesting challenge, not just like in our everyday life, making us a little bit more fearful to go outside, making us have to essentialize our life. Everything has to be muy essential. You can't do anything non-essential right now. And so with Articulate, we're trying to think about in our program, what is essential to the program? What is the actual goal? Trying to distill the goal down into our choreographers. When the videos drop on July 5th, I made it very clear to the choreographers, however they want to do it, which is also really exciting. When the choreographers come out with these videos, they're going to be really in charge of the way that they want their art to be perceived, and the questions that they ask are going to be very unique to their art and their pieces that they're creating. And we're going to make sure that within the session of the video, the artist asks the audience a question. They will kind of engage the audience right off the bat with, my goal for you today is to tell me A, B, and C that you see about, this piece that I'm about to show you, or something of that nature. And then the audience will have the ability, as the video is playing, to both comment on the YouTube video link, and then also have the opportunity afterwards to chime into a live stream and actually speak with the choreographers, either face-to-face or via comments. People will be able to ask the choreographers questions, and then the choreographers will answer. So the first part will be YouTube drop, comment on the video, engagement within the session, and then the second aspect is going to be the live stream dialogue directly with the choreographers at that time. Our official first showing of Articulate 2020 will be on Sunday, July 5th. And then you'll have the opportunity after that process video drops to dialogue with the dancers in a live stream afterwards. The next one will be on August 9th. The third one will be on September 6th. And the final show, which is going to be September 25th and 26th, we just have to determine whether or not that show will actually be a live show in the Doherty Arts Theater, or it will be some kind of fun rendition of a performance in the theater space, but then we'll just live stream it or YouTube it or create something that's more digital, or both.
I don't know what the future holds for Articulate. I don't know how this will change what we do going forward, but it's definitely changing what we're doing for this year.
Will is figuring out a way to live stream a class, I think every Thursday evening. And then Sandie is thinking about doing a really interesting workshop once a month that will not only be open to dancers, but also non-dancers. The way that you can help those artists while they live stream is to donate via Venmo or PayPal. Just be aware that a lot of artists are out of work. If you don't have the means financially to donate to Articulate Austin, then please just tune in to when we have these live stream drops, because we need you to tell us what you think or what you're seeing and what you're feeling. And there's a really great opportunity there to not only watch something online, but to also feel connected to it in a way that you maybe wouldn't otherwise get to. There's not a ton of things going on right now where you can watch a movie and then give the artist or the creator your feedback, your input, your opinion. There's not a lot of platforms out there that do that. And so in this time of isolation, you can be more connected to us by tuning in, commenting, and participating.
So that concludes our interview and our introduction to what's going on with Articulate Austin during the COVID. So I want to thank both of y'all for giving some updates. Articulate Austin event that's gonna start unfolding now. Devon, Esther, so thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to chat with us. It's great.
Thank you, Joe.